Modern science now grapples with what ancient yogis understood as the body's subtle energy matrix, a spiritual battery designed for infinite power. Yet, in our relentless pursuit of external stimulation, from the constant hum of caffeine to the ceaseless chase of fleeting achievements, we systematically drain this inherent spiritual reservoir, leaving us not energized, but profoundly depleted. Paramahansa Yogananda, with the timeless wisdom of the Upanishads, revealed that true and inexhaustible energy doesn't come from consuming more, but from unlocking the boundless divine current already pulsing within your immortal soul. But what if the very strategies you employ to recharge are precisely what sever your connection to this eternal source, leaving your spirit famished and your life perpetually running on empty? This isn't just a question, it's the core paradox of modern existence, a profound spiritual fatigue masked by endless motion. The world tells you to chase more, to strive harder, to consume faster, to distill your being into a perpetual state of doing rather than being. This frantic pace, this ceaseless externalization of your vital force, is not merely inefficient, it is a spiritual hemorrhage, draining the very essence of your being. You awaken each morning, perhaps with a jolt of alarm, immediately reaching for the coffee, the news, the phone, anything to ignite a flicker of life into a body that feels stubbornly resistant, a mind already racing with the day's demands. This isn't energy, it's a frantic simulation of vitality, a synthetic jolt designed to push you through another cycle of exhaustion. This isn't just physical tiredness, it's a deep-seated spiritual weariness, a resonance of the door_occult_abordata, the profound existential ache of being disconnected from your true, eternal power source. You are, in essence, trying to power a cosmic supercomputer with a sputtering, single-A battery. The world whispers promises of instant gratification, quick fixes, and superficial boosts, yet each supposed solution only deepens the illusion, pulling you further away from the wellspring of inexhaustible energy that Paramahansa Yogananda spoke of. You are a divine being, imbued with the limitless energy of the universe, yet you live as if you are a finite, fragile vessel, constantly on the verge of breakdown. This isn't your true nature. The inimigo_comum here is not external forces, but rather the collective hypnosis of Maya, the grand cosmic illusion that convinces you of your separateness, your limitation, your inherent lack. It is the noise of the ego, amplified by a society obsessed with the ephemeral, that drowns out the quiet, consistent hum of your Atman, your eternal soul. It is the weight of unresolved karma, not just from this life, but from countless incarnations, that manifests as a subtle resistance, a spiritual inertia that makes true, profound change feel impossible. You are cycling through patterns, habits, and beliefs that were never truly yours, a legacy of forgetfulness that keeps you tethered to a low-energy state. This exhaustion is not a personal failure, it is a sacred alarm, a deep spiritual call from your inner self, signaling that your soul is famished, that it yearns for remembrance. You're yearning for something more, for a deep, abiding sense of peace, and a truly boundless energy, is not a weakness, it is the first, most powerful gatilho_emotional_primario for your awakening. It is the soul's desperate plea for you to look beyond the transient and reconnect with the eternal. Think of it this way, for centuries, humans believed that the heart was the seat of emotion and that blood was merely a life-giving fluid. Only much later did science reveal the intricate electrical impulses, the complex biological machinery, and the circulatory system's true purpose. Similarly, the spiritual traditions of India, particularly the profound Sabadoriya Yoga Pura championed by Yogananda, presented a science of the soul, a profound understanding of the human energy system that goes far beyond mere biology. They spoke of prana, the cosmic life force, of chakras, the spiritual energy centers, and of the kundalini, the coiled divine power at the base of the spine. This isn't abstract philosophy, it's an owner's manual for your divine vehicle. The methods Yogananda taught, rooted in the ancient science of Kriya Yoga, are not merely exercises, they are keys to unlock the dormant spiritual wealth within you, to re-establish the severed connection to the infinite. They are precise, scientific techniques designed to elevate your consciousness, to dissolve karma, and to manifest a reality aligned with your highest dharma. Many of you reading this have already tried the conventional routes: more sleep, better diet, exercise, mindfulness apps, positive affirmations. And while these are valuable, they often feel like patching a leak in a dam with a piece of tape. They address the symptoms, not the root cause, the profound energetic disconnect from your eternal self. You seek to fill a spiritual void with material solutions, and the universe, in its perfect wisdom, reflects that emptiness back to you. The true solution isn't about adding more to your life, but about removing the blockages that prevent your inherent divine energy from flowing. It's about remembering who you truly are, not a weary body, not a stressed mind, but an immortal soul, a spark of the infinite Brahman, capable of limitless power. This journey is not for the faint of heart, it demands discipline, introspection, and an unshakable commitment to truth. It requires you to confront the illusion, to dismantle the ego's fortress, and to embrace the radiant reality of your Atman. You are not merely a collection of desires and fears, you are a tesoro of spiritual energy, a sanctuario corpo housing an alma longing to be fully known. The Yogananda method is an invitation to embark on an inner expedition, to transcend the fleeting satisfaction of external boosts and discover the enduring riqueza of a spirit fully charged. It is a path to spiritual healing, to dissolving the accumulated karma that weighs you down, to understanding the life after death not as an end, but as a continuation of your eternal journey. It teaches you to interpret divine signs and harness the power of dreams as direct messages from your higher self. This is not about escaping reality, it is about reclaiming your true reality, your inherent sovereignty. Your soul is whispering, sending you subtle messages, not of exhaustion, but of an impending awakening. It is time to listen. If you are ready to move beyond the superficial and engage with the profound truth of your being, if you are tired of running on fumes and crave the boundless energy of the divine, then I ask you this: what is the single word or phrase that best describes the spiritual exhaustion you feel, or the moment you first suspected there was a deeper truth to your energy? Share it below. The spiritual fatigue you described, that gnawing sense of emptiness and the constant struggle to find genuine vitality, is not merely a modern affliction, it is the echo of an ancient forgetfulness, a deep spiritual amnesia that the Sabadoriya Yoga Pura unequivocally diagnoses. You feel disconnected, perpetually drained, because you have forgotten who you truly are behind the intricate tapestry of social masks, external achievements, and inherited beliefs that compose your perceived identity. This isn't just about feeling tired, it's about the pain of a lost identity, the profound occult_abordata of not recognizing the eternal and divine consciousness that resides at your core. It's like an astronaut floating in space, fully connected to a life support system, yet believing they are suffocating. The connection is there, but the awareness of it has vanished, veiled by layers of illusion. This profound forgetfulness is no accident, it is the very fabric of Maya, the inimigo_comum that clouds our perception. Maya, the cosmic illusion, acts like a master hypnotist, convincing the Atman, the individual soul, that it is separate from Brahman, the absolute divine reality. This separation is the source of all suffering, all limitation, and all exhaustion. It's the foundational lie that says you are a finite, fragile body and mind, subject to the whims of the material world, rather than an immortal, limitless spark of the divine. This illusion is not inherently evil, it serves a purpose, to compel the soul through countless experiences, through karma, until it yearns for remembrance, until it triggers the gatilho_emotional_primario of spiritual curiosity and a longing for liberation. Your current state of low energy is not a curse, but a profound divine message, a loud signal from your soul demanding that you remember your true power. Consider the concept of karma, a central pillar of Paramahansa Yogananda's teachings, deeply rooted in the Bhagavad Gita. Your current energy levels, your patterns of exhaustion, your tendency to seek external fixes, are not random occurrences. They are often the manifested echoes of karma, the accumulated impressions and tendencies from past actions and thoughts, not just in this life, but across countless incarnations. These karmic patterns create grooves in your consciousness, making it habitual to identify with the fleeting and the finite. For instance, you might find yourself in repetitive cycles of burnout, pouring all your energy into endeavors that ultimately leave you empty, simply because a past karmic pattern programmed your soul to seek validation or worth through incessant activity. The frustration of seeking abundance and finding emptiness is a classic symptom of unresolved karma, a spiritual blockage demanding attention. This isn't punishment, it's precise cosmic feedback, guiding you back to alignment. Yogananda's teachings, echoing the profound insights of the Upanishads and Vedanta, assert that you are not the body, which is transient, nor are you the mind, which is a collection of thoughts, memories, and emotions, constantly in flux. You are not your name, your profession, your relationships, or your material possessions. These are all temporary vehicles, tools, and roles the Atman adopts for its journey through Maya. Your true self is Atman, pure, eternal, divine consciousness, an unshakable observer of the entire cosmic drama. This Atman is inherently full of limitless energy, infinite peace, and unconditional joy. It requires no caffeine, no external validation, no fleeting achievements to sustain itself, because it is self-effulgent, deriving its power directly from Brahman, the cosmic consciousness itself. The Yogananda method begins with the understanding that this Atman is your deepest tesoro, a riqueza beyond measure, waiting to be rediscovered within your santuario corpo. The modern world, with its incessant demands and distractions, only serves to deepen this forgetfulness of the soul. We are constantly bombarded with external stimuli, pulling our awareness away from the inner sanctuary. This external focus creates what Yogananda termed outward-flowing prana, your vital life force constantly being dissipated through sensory engagement, emotional reactions, and mental agitation. When prana flows outward unchecked, the inner reservoir becomes depleted, leading to the exhaustion you feel. This isn't merely a psychological state, it's a measurable energetic phenomenon. Your soul is literally starved for inner communion, for the reconnection to its divine source. The Bhagavad Gita powerfully states that the disciplined yogi learns to withdraw the senses from external objects, just as a tortoise withdraws its limbs into its shell, thereby conserving and redirecting this vital prana inward, towards the eternal. To truly recharge your soul and energize your life, you must first acknowledge this fundamental truth: your exhaustion is a spiritual call to remember. It is an invitation to consciously turn inward, to embark on the journey of self-discovery that unveils the Atman. The Yogananda method offers precise techniques to reverse this outward flow of prana, to quiet the mind, and to penetrate the veil of Maya. It's a journey from outer seeking to inner knowing, from external dependence to internal sovereignty. This is not about chasing a new feeling, it's about returning to your true, serene nature, a state of perpetual radiant energy that is your birthright. The profound peace and power you seek are not found in the next trend or the next dose of caffeine, but in the timeless consciousness that already resides within. Understanding this origin is merely the map to the battlefield. The first real fight, however, is not with the world, but against the subtle, insidious mechanisms of defense that your own ego has constructed, fiercely guarding the illusion of who you think you are. Are you prepared to confront the very parts of yourself that cling to exhaustion, seeing it as a shield rather than a burden? You have grasped the unsettling truth: your profound spiritual fatigue and the pain of lost identity are not merely symptoms of modern life, but echoes of a deeper forgetfulness of the soul, amplified by Maya and sustained by karma. Now comes the true test, the inner war that defines the Yogananda method, transforming this newfound understanding into active liberation. This is not a gentle stroll through pleasant affirmations, it is a relentless battle against the inimigo_comum, the entrenched patterns of your ego and the subtle chains of unresolved karma that relentlessly drain your vital energy. The ascent to higher consciousness is not a simple ladder, it is a narrowing funnel, where each spiritual test becomes more intense, and the emotional cost of clinging to old illusions escalates dramatically. The Bhagavad Gita, a foundational text for Paramahansa Yogananda's teachings, illuminates this internal struggle with profound clarity. Lord Krishna instructs Arjuna on the field of Dharma, emphasizing that true spiritual healing and liberation come not from avoiding conflict, but from facing it with unwavering consciousness and actionless action, karma yoga. Your initial battles manifest externally, the world challenges your newfound resolve, distractions multiply, and cynicism from others may rise. But the deeper, more insidious battle is internal: the ceaseless doubts, the paralyzing fears, the ingrained habits of identification with the body and mind that resist the Atman's call. The ego, a master of self-preservation, will fiercely defend its perceived territory, throwing up a barrage of thoughts, emotions, and old karmic memories to deter you from the path of self-realization. This is where many seekers falter, mistaking the ego's resistance for legitimate obstacles. Paramahansa Yogananda taught that karma is not a punishment, but an unerring law of cause and effect, a divine mechanism designed to lead the soul back to God. Every thought, word, and action creates an energetic imprint, a seed that will eventually blossom into an experience. The frustration of repeating the same cycles of suffering, of feeling an invisible block in your progress, is often the manifestation of these karmic seeds bearing fruit. To recharge your soul and energize your life profoundly means to break these karmic cycles. This is achieved not through external action alone, but through inner purification, through redirecting your prana and consciousness with unwavering focus. The Yogananda method emphasizes cosmic prayer and advanced meditation techniques precisely for this purpose, to consciously burn away these karmic impressions, liberating your Atman from their binding influence. It's a process of internal alchemy, transforming leaden karmic dross into radiant spiritual gold. The liberation from these cycles begins with understanding how cosmic prayer assists in dissolving old patterns and karmic limitations. This isn't a mere petition to an external deity, it's a profound alignment of your individual will with the divine will, a conscious offering of your ego and its limitations at the altar of infinite consciousness. When your prayer becomes a deep, soul-stirring communion, infused with unwavering devotion, bhakti, it generates a powerful spiritual force. This force, guided by divine grace, can penetrate the deepest layers of your subconscious, neutralizing dormant karmic seeds before they manifest as suffering or exhaustion. Yogananda encouraged deep, personal, heartfelt prayer, a conversation with the divine that acknowledges your Atman's inherent connection to Brahman. This cosmic prayer is a dynamic, active process of surrender and realignment, far removed from passive hope. It is the soul's battle cry for freedom. Practical examples of how spiritual practices, including cosmic prayer and meditation, lead to true freedom are abundant in the lives of saints and yogis. They describe an inner transformation where the individual, through consistent effort and devotion, transcends the dualities of pleasure and pain, success and failure. The Bhagavad Gita extols the virtues of the karma yogi who performs actions without attachment to their fruits, understanding that all action is an offering to the divine. This detachment, cultivated through consciousness, breaks the chain of karmic reaction. Similarly, Yogananda taught that by withdrawing prana from the senses and focusing it inward, the yogi enters states of samadhi, where the Atman directly experiences its oneness with Brahman, thus dissolving the illusion of Maya and its karmic hold. These are not passive experiences, they are profound acts of spiritual warfare, demanding the full engagement of your will and consciousness. The thrilling prospect of creating a future free from the weight of past energetic imprints is the ultimate gatilho_emotional_primario. Imagine a life where your energy is not constantly siphoned off by old fears, regrets, or the need for external validation. Imagine a consciousness so clear and radiant that it naturally attracts circumstances of abundance, peace, and purpose, not through forced manifestation, but through divine alignment. This is the promise of liberation, the eternal reward of the inner warrior. But this freedom comes at a price, the absolute dismantling of the ego's control, a process that can be intensely uncomfortable. The ego, seeing its demise, will tempt you with comfort, with distraction, with the familiar patterns of exhaustion. It will whisper that this journey is too hard, too long, too radical. The mini cliffhanger here is not just about what will happen next, but about the profound, immediate choice you must make. Your awakening has begun, and with it, a relentless inner battle. Will you succumb to the ego's final, desperate attempts to maintain the illusion of control, allowing it to pull you back into the familiar, yet debilitating, patterns of spiritual exhaustion? Or will you summon the courage and discipline to wield the tools of Yogananda's method and confront the very core of your inimigo_comum, even when it feels like confronting your own deepest fears? The next step demands a clarity of intention that cuts through the ego's deceptive pleas, revealing the true path to liberation. The inner war against the ego and karma has begun, a profound struggle to break free from the pain of lost identity and the spiritual fatigue it engenders. You've acknowledged the Atman as your true self, pure consciousness, and recognized the insidious nature of Maya and unresolved karma. Now, the Yogananda method guides you towards the climax of this journey, the ceremonial death of the ego and the glorious rebirth of the soul, manifesting a lucid reality of unlimited well-being. This is the point where theoretical understanding transforms into lived experience, where the divine energy you've been seeking becomes a tangible, radiant reality within you. It's no longer about fighting, it's about aligning, about becoming the divine channel you were always meant to be. The core of manifesting a lucid reality and unlimited well-being lies in the consistent practice of cosmic prayer, meditation, and self-inquiry as taught by Paramahansa Yogananda. This consistency creates an unbroken channel to divine consciousness, allowing prana, the cosmic life force, to flow unimpeded, recharging your spiritual battery from within. When your consciousness is no longer constantly pulled outwards by sensory distractions and mental chatter, it naturally turns inward, settling into the serene, eternal presence of the Atman. This inward turning is not a retreat from the world, but a profound re-anchoring in your true self, making you impervious to the external chaos and the illusion of Maya. It's where your perceived tesoro of well-being shifts from fleeting material gain to limitless spiritual riqueza. The Yogananda method emphasizes specific techniques to achieve this. One of the most powerful is the I Am Witness meditation, EU So Testimonha, an exercise designed to disidentify from the ego and rest in your true nature. You observe your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations without judgment, without attachment, and without identifying with them. You simply witness them, recognizing them as transient phenomena arising within the field of your consciousness. This silent observation creates a sacred distance between the Atman, the observer, and the ego, the observed. With practice, you realize that the anxieties, fears, and weariness you feel are not you, they are merely events occurring within your consciousness. As you withdraw identification from these fleeting aspects, your energy is no longer drained by their turbulence. Instead, it consolidates, gravitating towards the still, eternal center of your being. This is the divine silence where true power resides. The tangible benefits of this consistent practice are profound and undeniable. First, intuition is sharpened. When the incessant noise of the ego is quieted, the subtle, unerring guidance of the divine can finally be heard. This is not guesswork, it is divine wisdom flowing directly from Brahman through your Atman. Decisions become clear, guidance appears precisely when needed, and you begin to perceive the divine signs and messages that the universe constantly sends. Second, compassion deepens. As you realize your essential oneness with all life, the illusion of separation dissolves, and a profound, unconditional love for all beings naturally arises. This compassion is not sentimental, it is a powerful force that dissolves negativity and fosters harmonious relationships, healing old karmic wounds. Third, joy deepens. This isn't fleeting happiness based on external circumstances, it's an abiding, internal bliss, Ananda, that springs from the recognition of your eternal connection to the divine. This joy is your birthright, your true nature, and it emanates from you, radiating outward and attracting abundance in all forms. Beyond formal meditation, there are simple, daily practices to begin connecting with this spiritual current. Yogananda taught the importance of mindfulness in action, transforming every mundane task into an offering to the divine. Whether you are eating, walking, working, or simply breathing, consciously infuse each action with awareness and devotion. See the divine hand in everything, feel the prana flowing through your sanctuario corpo, and offer your efforts without attachment to the results, karma yoga, as expounded in the Bhagavad Gita. Even a few minutes of conscious breathing, deep, slow, diaphragmatic breaths, can immediately begin to reverse the outward flow of prana and center your consciousness in the present moment, reconnecting you to your inner tesoro. These are not optional tips, they are foundational pillars of spiritual discipline designed to align your soul with its divine source, bringing a constant influx of energy and healing. This shift, from a fragmented, externally dependent self to a unified, divinely connected Atman, is the transformation itself. The peace and power that emerge from living from the consciousness of the Atman, the silent and unshakable observer, are beyond description. You no longer merely seek energy, you become energy. You no longer chase well-being, you are well-being. The inimigo_comum of Maya and the ego's noise lose their power over you because you have realized their illusory nature. You are the eternal, the divine, the limitless. This is the awakening that Paramahansa Yogananda dedicated his life to teaching, the profound truth that unlocks unlimited well-being and radiant energy. It's a return to your sovereignty, a remembrance of your divine heritage. Are you willing to truly surrender the exhausting narratives of your ego, even the ones that feel comforting in their familiarity? Are you prepared to embrace the potentially disorienting silence that precedes the radiant revelation of your true self, knowing that within that silence lies the blueprint for limitless well-being? How desperately do you yearn to shed the skin of exhaustion and step into the boundless vitality of your divine Atman? Comment below with the word that describes the greatest challenge you face in letting go of your ego's control to embrace this limitless spiritual power. The journey through the Yogananda method has taken you from the pain of lost identity and spiritual exhaustion, through the inner war against karma and the ego, to the profound experience of living from the Atman, your true, divine self. This is not merely an intellectual understanding or a fleeting mystical experience, it is the genesis of a fundamental shift in your consciousness that demands integration into every facet of your daily life. The limitless well-being and radiant energy you have begun to tap into are not meant to be confined to meditation. They are the new operating system for your existence, designed to transform your ordinary reality into an extraordinary, divinely orchestrated masterpiece. This is where spiritual healing becomes palpable, where the eternal meets the ephemeral, and where your sanctuario corpo truly aligns with your alma. What you've experienced through cosmic prayer and the I Am Witness meditation is corroborated by an emerging scientific understanding of consciousness and its impact on the body's energy systems. Modern physics grapples with the observer effect, the holographic universe, and the non-local nature of consciousness, echoing the ancient Vedanta concept that consciousness is not a byproduct of the brain but the foundational substance of reality itself, Brahman. Biofield research, subtle energy studies, and even the growing acceptance of neuroplasticity all point to the profound malleability of the human system under conscious direction. Yogananda's teachings, rooted in the science of Kriya Yoga, are not just mysticism, they are a sophisticated technology of consciousness, a profound change in the understanding of human potential. Your thoughts and feelings are not merely subjective experiences, they are energetic frequencies, actively shaping your reality and your internal energy state. When you operate from the Atman consciousness, you are aligning with the highest, purest frequency of divine energy. Integrating these spiritual truths into your daily routine is the crucial next step for consistent and high-vibration energy. It means carrying the serenity of your meditation into your interactions, maintaining the witness consciousness even amidst the day's demands. Before engaging in any activity, take a moment to center yourself and connect with the Atman, offering the action as a sacred duty, dharma, without attachment to its outcome, karma yoga. This infuses your actions with divine purpose and prevents the dissipation of prana. Yogananda taught that even eating can be a spiritual practice. Consciously bless your food, visualize it nourishing your body and soul, and chew mindfully, savoring each bite. This simple act transforms a mundane necessity into a sacred ritual, anchoring your consciousness in the present and preventing outward flowing prana. The consistent practice of remembering your true self is the ultimate energy hack. The effect cascade of this abundant energy is transformative, touching every area of your life. Firstly, relationships deepen. When you operate from the Atman consciousness, free from the ego's demands and expectations, you see the divine spark in others, fostering unconditional love and compassion. Misunderstandings dissipate, conflicts lose their intensity, and genuine connection flourishes. You become a beacon of peace, naturally attracting harmonious interactions and healing old karmic ties. Secondly, creativity soars. The Atman, being a spark of Brahman, is inherently creative. When your consciousness is clear and vibrant, the flow of divine inspiration is unblocked. Ideas flow effortlessly, solutions to challenges appear spontaneously, and your life itself becomes a work of divine art. You tap into the universal mind, manifesting not from effort, but from grace. Thirdly, your general well-being reaches an unprecedented level. Physical ailments often have root causes in energetic blockages and mental-emotional imbalances. As you cleanse your consciousness and recharge your soul, these blockages dissolve, promoting spiritual healing at the deepest levels. Your body becomes more resilient, your mind more clear, and your emotions more balanced. The fear of death, the door_occult_abordada for many, dissipates as you realize the immortality of your Atman. You live with radiant joy, unshakable peace, and a profound sense of purpose. This is the tesoro of unlimited well-being that Yogananda promised, a riqueza that no external circumstance can diminish. Empowering the viewers to actively participate in their own journey towards unlimited well-being, starting today, is paramount. This isn't a passive process, it's a dynamic, lifelong engagement with your divine nature. Every moment is an opportunity to choose consciousness over automatism, Atman over ego, divine energy over depletion. The Yogananda method provides the blueprint, the Bhagavad Gita offers the unwavering wisdom, and your soul provides the inner yearning. The time for seeking outside is over. The time for awakening within has come. You are not a victim of circumstance or karma, you are a sovereign soul, capable of orchestrating your reality with divine power. Begin today. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Embrace the practices, cultivate the witness consciousness, and watch as your life transforms from a struggle for energy to a celebration of limitless well-being, a testament to the eternal divine power pulsing within your very being. You have now glimpsed the lucid reality of your unlimited well-being, understanding that true energy stems not from external stimuli but from the inexhaustible divine current of your Atman. Through cosmic prayer, I am witness meditation, and the consistent practice of Yogananda's method, you have begun to manifest a life of sharpened intuition, deepened compassion, and profound joy. You are no longer merely surviving, you are thriving, radiating the inherent power of your eternal soul. This profound shift has liberated you from the pain of lost identity, from the inimigo_comum of the ego and Maya, and from the weight of unresolved karma. You stand on the precipice of a glorious awakening, armed with wisdom and ignited by divine energy. But what if I told you that this liberation was not solely for you? What if this profound awakening, this recharging of your soul, is merely the first chord in a symphony far grander than individual healing? Paramahansa Yogananda, in his timeless wisdom, emphasized that individual self-realization is but a prelude to cosmic consciousness, a preparatory step for universal service. The Bhagavad Gita doesn't just call for individual dharma, it speaks of lokasamgraha, the welfare of the world, the preservation of cosmic order. Your divine energy, once unleashed, isn't meant to be hoarded, it's meant to be a beacon, a conduit for the divine light to penetrate the collective forgetfulness of the soul. The Jornada Infinita of awakening extends far beyond personal peace. It transcends the boundaries of this lifetime, encompassing life after death and the continuous evolution of consciousness across galaxies and dimensions. Your individual transformation is a microcosmic reflection of the macrocosmic divine play. As you integrate limitless well-being into your sanctuario corpo and your daily life, you become a living testament to the eternal truths. You become a catalyst, a silent message of hope and possibility for a world steeped in the illusion of limitation. The energy you generate, the peace you embody, the joy you radiate, contribute to the collective upliftment of consciousness on the planet. This epilogo is your invitation to explore this profound spiritual journey further, to not only experience unlimited energy for yourself but to understand your role in the greater divine plan. The question is no longer, how do I recharge my soul, but, how does my fully charged soul serve the divine, empowering the viewers to actively participate in their own journey towards unlimited well-being, starting today, now takes on a deeper, more universal meaning. It is not just your personal destiny at stake, it is the evolution of consciousness itself. The great cliffhanger then presents itself. If the ultimate purpose of your divine awakening is not merely individual liberation, but to become an instrument of universal healing and transformation, how will you consciously choose to wield this immense spiritual power to elevate not just your own consciousness, but the consciousness of the entire world, knowing that the journey has only just begun and the challenges ahead demand an even deeper surrender to the eternal divine will? You have journeyed from the depths of spiritual exhaustion to the realization of your divine Atman, experiencing the promise of limitless well-being and radiant energy. You understand that this awakening is not a destination but an infinite horizon, a call to not only transform yourself but to become a beacon for the world. This is not a suggestion, it is a sacred invitation, a direct command from the divine within you. If you are ready to claim your divine inheritance, to consciously move beyond mere self-improvement and step into your role as a spiritual sovereign, then the path Paramahansa Yogananda laid out is your unshakable guide. It demands discipline, devotion, and an unwavering commitment to truth. It requires you to transcend the ego's limitations, to dissolve karmic patterns, and to continuously align with the eternal consciousness that is your true nature. To continue this profound journey of awakening, to deepen your understanding of karma, maya, and the Atman, and to receive the precise, scientific techniques that will empower you to live from your highest divine potential, there is a crucial next step. We have compiled a foundational series of teachings, rooted in Yogananda's pure yogic wisdom, designed to equip you with the tools and insights necessary for this next evolution. This is not just content, it is a direct energetic transmission, a spiritual roadmap for the conscientious soul who refuses to settle for anything less than divine freedom. Click the link in the description below to access this essential divine resource. It is your next logical step towards limitless well-being, a guide to navigating the ongoing inner war with clarity and courage. Do not merely consume this wisdom, embody it. Let it transform your every breath, your every thought, your every action into an offering to the divine. The world awaits your radiant awakening. Your soul demands its sovereignty. Your energy is limitless. Claim it now.